Hey everyone, today's question is from Melanie. I have two rental properties in Phoenix that have tripled in value over the last 10 years. My original plan was to hold on to these properties, but now I don't know if I should try to get a home equity loan on them to buy more rental properties or a primary home in Florida next year when prices hopefully go down. The current equity is about $500,000. I'm concerned this will go down. Any thoughts would help. I'm also looking at doing a 1031 exchange with Hughes Capital, but I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. So there's a couple things in here. Melanie says that she's concerned that the equity is going to go down. You kind of also have to think about what could potentially happen to the market. So if you think the equity is going to go down, you may be over leveraging or under leveraging depending on your specific risk tolerance. So make sure that you know that you're comfortable with what you're doing, because you don't want to end up stuck with the properties or have a bad tax consequence also, which can sometimes happen if at some point the debt exceeds the value of the property. The next thought I have is when you take money out of a property, remember there are interest tracing rules. So if you take money out of the property, you have to trace it to wherever you spend those dollars. If you buy more rental properties, that's great because the interest on those proceeds will be tax deductible still. However, if you use it for any kind of personal expenses, that will not be deductible anymore. And you also have to track this. So those are important things to remember when you're refinancing out of a house or taking a home equity loan. The second part of Melanie's question was she's also looking at doing a 1031 exchange, but she's not sure if it's worth it. There's a lot of options here. I would say, one of the big benefits of a 1031 exchange is that if you really want to own some other type of property, like maybe you're stepping up into a different category, maybe just a different type altogether. If you're doing a single family home rental and maybe you'd want to move up to a fourplex, or maybe you want to go into commercial and buy self-storage, something else. You want to own something else. It's a great way to get out of one asset without paying tax and move into another. Now, if you like the asset that you already hold and you want to continue holding it, and you have means to purchase another property, or you can take money out, as Melanie's suggesting, with home equity loans or refinancing, and then buy another property and have both, then that's also a great way to do it. It just kind of depends on your overall investment strategy, goals, and risk tolerances. There's also options with 1031s where you can 1031 into a larger portfolio with someone else. And a lot of times these can be set up in different ways. The most common one that I've talked about before is the Delaware Statutory Trust. And really this just allows multiple investors to 1031 into something that they held individually, and then 1031 into more of a syndication where they don't have to worry about the day-to-day. They can just receive a check, and obviously they're giving up a lot of control and other things. But if that's the right investment for you, then that can be a really great option as well. So I hope that gives you a little insight, Melanie, and I look forward to answering more of your questions.